Hey guys, what is good? What is good? So today at 3:30, I was kind of surprised because there is a gag order on the Carbonation Girls. Recap anything about the case, but surprisingly, as I was on purpose, because I didn't just go looking for it, but on well, put it by mistake. Let me use that word. I stumbled across a post that was on YouTube, but they also put it on Instagram. But because Nature Boy's not popping in the algorithm no more, you know, nobody really responded or liked it. But there was an update on the status of what's going on with Nature Boy in jail and what rules they have enforced on him that are way more stricter than the ones that they had on him um about a month ago, a month and a half ago. So, anyways, getting into this, I was going to do the press conference yesterday. It was not a rush for me because I knew that they still did not have all of the information to relieve the public of things that were racing through our heads, concerns that people may have had that lived in that state as far as their safety, especially at night on these highways and side roads because of Carlee Russell. And I also knew that this press conference, because it didn't happen right away when Carlee Russell was back safe 48 hours, I knew that they didn't have all the evidence. It probably wasn't adding up like it didn't add up when we were presenting the information. I know the night when I found out that night she had, after the 48-hour mark, she was back home and safe. I went live, I think around 1 o'clock in the morning, and I stayed around for as long as I could. And, I got tired, went back to sleep. Then I scheduled another live for 5:30 in the morning. Still didn't hear nothing, no press conference. It wasn't like a big rush. So I wasn't really pressed on yesterday trying to be the first of the first to do this press conference because I honestly want to hear the full press conference of all the evidence, factual evidence, not partial factual evidence that they have gathered together, and it be over with. It's not over with. There's going to be another press conference. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. It'll be a full press conference with all the facts. Um, to just sum it up, that she made this all up. I mean, this is, at this point, is not, in my opinion, is not, people have to be safe to say she made it up. You know, the officials, law officials, they know she made it up. They're like me, just still trying to be discreet but professional at the same time, because you just don't know how people can take things like Carlee Russell. She could take this over the edge. People are going against her, feeling this way about it, even though she did do something wrong and unalive herself or something. So we have to be very careful how we choose our words. Hey, old son, she has spoiled it for a real kidnap. I know it. That's what I'm concerned about. And I had said that from the beginning because it's just sad. We always catch a bad break for the most part in the world, for many of decades, hundreds of years. And we're definitely, and I mean, it's the facts that we're definitely, when our when our people come up missing, they don't take the same due diligence in finding or having a care to find those missing children or women or men. So I think that she really kind of put a damper in the game. She salted the game, and it's going to be really hard going forward for people to even, because people stereotype, oh, that race or those people, they could be lying because of what she did. So it's just, sometimes when you feel like you're going somewhere in life with evolving and people changing the way their thought process is, and people just looking at people as people. If you get arrested, I mean, I'm said arrested. Well, she might get arrested. I got that on my head too, but we'll bring it up later. If you get kidnapped, it shouldn't be about a black or white thing. It should be that that person got kidnapped. They're a person, they're a human being. We need to find them. We need to act quickly and accordingly so that this person is not unalive. But because of what Carlee Russell did, she just messed. I really feel like it's going forward. People are going to side eye a lot of people of color that may um, be a victim of being kidnapped or trafficked, and they're not going to get the same chances as other cultures and races, and it's really sad. So we're going to do a live commentary to this conference. Um, and I would really like to hear what everyone has to say. This is not the last or the end all be all last conference, as we all know, because they don't have all the information. They've only been talking to her parents. She's doing the MIA thing. Why? Because what are you gonna keep telling us about the Cheez-It story, and the guy had orange hair with a balding spot, and all this stuff that sounds like you got from the movies, some movie like The Hills Have Eyes. So, I think she's trying to sit with herself right now and come together what to say for it to make sense. Even the emails, I mean the searches that she did on social media, she's probably trying to even get together what she's going to say to make that make sense. It says very real black women get highlighted when they go missing. You're right about that, old son. It says when I saw the story, the first thing went through my mind was traffic. Yep. um was missing for ages. Yeah, they she messed it up. I don't, and then of course they're not gonna, like, I heard one reporter saying, people are feeling as though now that what she did is this gonna mess it up for other, women of color when if they come up missing, to wanna, you know, be, willing to move on impulse and find them. It says, what is wrong with that girl? I don't know. I think she has some mental issues, and people sometimes get sidetracked with the, oh, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Oh, her parents gave her everything. Oh, she went to the best schools. Oh, she went to nursing school. Oh, she drives a red Mercedes and she's still doing well. She lives in a beautiful neighborhood, and she doesn't live in the ghetto, and she never lived in the ghetto and never had a ghetto life. People get so sidetracked, not knowing those people be having the worst mental illnesses that there is out there. The ones that are from kids that are from the ghetto, that were poor, maybe didn't know where their next meal was gonna come. They know what it was like to have to eat mayonnaise sandwiches. They turn out sometimes better than the ones like Carlee Russell's. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Black Velvet. Oh, Black Velvet. Oh, I didn't even see it. Hey, Black Velvet. It is crazy. Hey, sis. It says, does she want attention that bad? Black Velvet says, I think she should have to pay the state for all the resources they spend. I think so too. If they don't put her in jail, because I don't want to see, me being a sister, I think that's just something our culture, we believe in, and that's not to ever want to see nobody in jail if they don't have to be. So even though I feel as though this could land her doing some time, if they could find other ways to penalize her, make her pay for what she did, I prefer it to be in her pocket, because obviously there's a mental issue, and her going to jail is not going to solve whatever's going on upstairs in her head. It's going to just make it worse. I'm mad now. Me too. And community service with survivors of kidnapping. Exactly. Accountability, she is truly lacking something. We know she's lacking with the accountability because she has not came forth yet. Her parents is the one that is speaking for her. And it's sad. Where are you at? You're the one that got kidnapped, and you're clapping back on social media. So why can't you clap back with the local authorities so that they can do a full press conference and we can get this over with? You're DMing chicks that your ex-boyfriend was cheating with you on, and you're disrespecting them in the DMs and talking about how they're not good moms and they're strippers and they're HEOs and this and that and other. Clap back and tell us what happened with the Cheez-Its and the man with the orange hair and the balding in the middle. We want to hear about that. We want to hear the Hills Have Eyes story, because that's what it sounds like. You're talking about some creepy people that live in the woods and never come out, and they capture people and they do it with their sisters and make babies, and they're crazy, and their eyes are cross-eyed and their teeth are falling at them. You're making it seem like it's like a hillbilly. What do they call those people that never come out the woods? It'll come to mind in a minute. But you're just making up a story. I mean, you're really doing some Hollywood producing type storyline for a movie script. I mean, like, stop it. So, it's really sad. But I'm gonna start it. YouTube been kind of funny with make sure you have your notification bell on with the option all. Also, can you also put into the chat if you got your notification for this live? Because YouTube been kind of acting funny with these views, and I've been noticing it with all people in this sector's views. Man, you ain't doing right by us, YouTube, man. I don't know what's up with you, but you need it. If you want me to be consistent, you got to be consistent too. I'm trying to play my part. Says 5 to 7 would be solid. Those that they lied about this in our knee. You said 5 to 7 years would be solid. Those that lie about this in our need time. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I read it too. I read it fast. Trap media. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you, because if you don't make, hey Cyrus, if you don't make an example out of these people, then everyone's gonna try to do it, and they're gonna try to be better at the ones that did it before them, because that's how sick people are. Salute to you, Cyrus. Oh, you got your notification. Good. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep trying to be consistent as possible on this channel so that we can get the views coming back in. I don't mind if they're little views, and I don't mind if they're big views. But we got to get these views coming back in, and we got to grow this community. So yeah, just make sure you have your notification bell on. So what I'm gonna do now, thank you, Black Velvet. Black Velvet says, I got my notification. That's what's up, baby girl. So come on, let's listen to this. And like I said, this is a live commentary. You can't just take somebody's content and just play the whole video, because you can't do that. So we got to make this into our own, so we're able to share the information and not be accused, disclaimer, of copyrights. Okay, so here it goes. What did I do? All right, I'm going to have to hold up now. Wait a minute. Let me do it, put it back up here again. One more again. Seeing it want to act up.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧, that's spelled KEITHCZESKLEBA, with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 spelled DERZIS. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled LOWE, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Mercado will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief 𝗪𝗛𝗧 will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, There will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝟑� Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. You know, 6 days ago our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee. Our community sprung into action and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community.
These people are mad.
And to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now.
Thank you.
It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪😂 Thank you.
She lied. I can't believe her.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell.
So did you hear him? Let me say up front, this case is not over, like I just told you. That's why I was not in a rush to play the press conference, because it's going to be another one. It'll be a full press conference, and trust and believe, when they get all the information this second time around, it's going to be a full press conference, and that's all you're going to hear about as far as the press conference. And all you're going to hear next is what they're going to do with Carlee Russell, and she better hope it ain't going to jail.
Was missing. However, through the public interest and in some cases public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Ooh, child. Before they play the 911, let me tell you what messed her up. If you saw a toddler in a diaper on the side of the road at any time of the day, why did you drive, like this man said, the length of 6 football fields? If you spot the baby, you stop where the baby is spotted. Why are you still driving 6 foot? There's no way you could see a baby six football fields down. So what do you? So why were you still driving, and you stopped 6 football fields down? That right there was a dead giveaway. And he see these legal people, I'll just call them. They have a way of subliminally wording things. So even though they're mad and they don't want you to know that they're mad, they're pissed at Carlee. They have a way of wording things to let you know, Carlee, or whoever's believing this BS, make it make sense. We busted you. Hey, Angel Wings. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where am I supposed to are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Bay, like you get off by the Hoover Bay. Okay, so you're before that exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? How old they look? Like a toddler, maybe 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is that a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
You already know, sis.
They're
mad as hell.
No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy.
Black male, but I believe so too.
Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No cars anywhere. Okay. Alright, what's your name? My name is Carlee. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. Alright, and do they have shoes on? No. Not that I can see. I can't really see that one. Okay. Alright, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line.
That was all.
Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪👏 was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by our family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB.
Because nothing was wrong with her.
Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby.
Sound like a
She
movie.
claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claims she was then blindfolded, but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact.
Fabricated lie.
She stated
What's going on here? Did I pause something? I don't know what just happened here. Hold up now. I'm going to take this down. I don't know what just happened and put it back up. I apologize for that. I don't know what just happened. We're going to put it back up, though. And just put it to, I apologize for that. Let's go to 12.
during this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt.
She was in
Detectives
there
also
doing
noted that she had
TikTok.
$107
Wow.
cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family,
Snacks with
detectives
her.
did not press for
thinking, I
additional
know the
information in this
cheese is-
interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert," was searched.
Jesus.
On July 13th
No, sir.
at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was
Wow.
searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., The day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
With that, we'll open the floor.
Wait a minute. Ronald McDonald made her go over the fence to an 18-wheeler, and when she got away, she just so happened to be across the street from her house, so she walked home calmly until she got close to her house. Man, I can't make this up. You right, sis. That's the only. I can't make it up either. She was
Questions,
drinking
please raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
some scissors.
Chief, do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spa?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you that the family has not been cooperative in returning to be questioned?
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, question for Chief. You stated that the
This fool gonna make her
had
talk,
orange
even
hair.
if she ain't ready.
Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on loose in the Hoover area?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Brittany Dion,
Doesn't
WBRC. Has a
exist.
toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
There's been a concern in the community that if
There's
this
some mental
were turned out not to be
going on,
a
trust
true story, that the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone? Excuse me. Was she traveling with anyone since the time she disappeared, to your knowledge?
And not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you were.
They just asked, was she traveling with anyone? And he said not to his knowledge. But you're gonna hear him say further on down that she was she got out, she was seen getting out the car, even though it was grainy, and somebody got out the passenger seat. So there was somebody in the car that night she drove down that road talking about she seen that little baby. So pay attention. I don't know. I think I want to say it's coming up, or I might have to forward it back, rewind it back or whatever. But pay attention, because he said somebody got out the driver's seat. So I don't know why he didn't say that. I don't know why he said there was nobody in the car with her, because it was. Because he said it.
Able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went, and how would you characterize what happened here?
You know, that's the $100 question.
Oh, that's to come. All the evidence. The next the press conference that comes is gonna be a full report of what really happened, and the breakdown of the whole lie and why she did it, Makita. So trust me, just stay tuned.
You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car
Yep, they are.
on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
Well, one quick follow-up. Her parents. Did you speak with Carlee's parents, and why do you think it is they were so adamant that there was an abductor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
Chief, I'll give out this in WPRC. How much time do you think you'll give the family before going back to Carlee for sentencing?
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, she called right now. We're ready.
Right, not common sense.
One word to describe what went on. What would that mean?
How about unknown? We know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
In the back.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday, when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
As you stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that. We'll end up figuring it out.
Any idea about the number of manpower hours or the expense of the drones and all the rest of the search that might have cost the city and the state and the federal government?
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here. This is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Was there any prior indication?
She going to jail.
Problems.
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in? What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for her? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us.
Would you say a crime has been committed in this case?
Determine that now.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Question for Chief. With all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, the 48 hours that she went missing?
Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that 7 hours or 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very strange, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you feel confident, do your investigators feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done this?
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you
Wow.
explain for us, you mentioned that while in the movie said that Carlee was on the phone with 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, again, she said it, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, you never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any
Exactly.
just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Chief, have you used any technology to enhance the video from 459, and did you see a man grab her?
We did not see, from what we can tell. We don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell? And how serious of a crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussing since we're going through the still investigation. But, people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and the gentleman earlier said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Did anyone see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here.
Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again to Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
That's all the questions for
Arresting her.
guys coming, and we'll be following up with y'all later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Carlee going to jail. Carlee going to jail. And I want to retract something. I misspoke. I misunderstood what he said. I thought he said that they saw something on a camera of Carlee Russell's getting out and somebody getting out on the passenger side. I'm sorry. It was just Carlee Red getting out, because I was saying to myself when I misunderstood what he said, what do you mean on the passenger side? I only saw like a grainy picture of somebody moving from the driver's side going around the back of the trunk part and it looked like she's standing over there on the side of the trunk of the car, and I never seen anything run across the grass or come out the woods. I didn't see a struggle. I just seen like a grainy figure. You couldn't make out the color of the car, the make of the car, or what Carlee looked like or had on, what colors, nothing. It was at night. So I don't know where she got this story from. And to be honest with you, it was pitch black. And she must have been desperate. There's more to the story than what she's saying. Just the thought of her even getting out of her car, and I don't know if somebody was in the woods already waiting for her, and she walked through the woods at night, the pitch black woods, and got missing for 48 hours. To me, that's spooky. It's a mystery. It's dysfunctional. And it's definitely a storyline. She needs to go. Once she gets out of jail, I'm being funny. I don't wish that on nobody. But she needs to maybe try to do a audition to be on Big O. Because, storylines is where it's at. If you could be a storyliner and make it believable, you can make a lot of money up on Big O. You could probably be at the 3 milli, 4 milli tier and be making 30,000 a month, just making up stories that don't exist. And I think that, she would do well up there. But that's bad. That's bad. And the reason why we haven't heard from Carlee, because she ain't got nothing to tell us. She lied. Can y'all make sure y'all hit the like button? Support the channel and hit the like button. I promise you it's free to like. Also at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my old channel, I have not my old channel, my second channel, I should say. I'm doing a recap marathon. So if you miss any of what I covered, you may have missed a few details that you may not have knew about. You can see it at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my second channel, social media, SL Davis Social Media. That's my second channel. So make sure you be looking out for the notification. If y'all could put a Y in the chat if you saw my notifications for my second channel. Also at 3:30, the Carbonation Girls, they came out the woodwork and they did an update. So I was kind of shocked because they got a gag order on them and they're not supposed to speak about the case or even recap about the case or even update about the case. But they surprised me and they did. So I did a commentary video to that. So that'll be coming out on my main channel, this channel here, at 3:30. So be looking out for that premiere so you can hear what they updated us about Nature Boy and all this other mess. But yeah, as much as they might get threatened, or as much as these women's freedoms at liberty because they're now co-defendants of Nature Boy, they're still just trying it. It's almost like a little kid. You tell them don't hit that hot stove, you're gonna burn yourself, and they just continuously do it. They're not, I believe, gonna learn. They need to just fall back until it's too late, and it's really sad. But Carlee, Russell's, wherever you at, the bushes, wherever you at, boo, you got to come up out them bushes, because it's gonna get to the point where all that, them being, cooperative and nice and, understanding your feelings, are gonna be out the window. And we're not gonna hear about it or see it, but behind closed doors is gonna start turning into harassment and disrespect in any way to get you out of that hole. So they're gonna try to smoke you up out of that hole, even if they got to take a smoke, tear gas, and get you out of that house. They're gonna make you get up and speak with them. Thank you, Angel Wings. They're gonna make you get up and speak with them and tell them what the deal is. Even if all you have to say to them is that you lied and why you lied, you got to say something. Free the 3. Black Velvet. Even if you lied, you got to get up there and you got to say something. But to sit up there and think that you just gonna ignore the situation and let your parents get the run of it, nah, that's not gonna happen. Nah, they're not gonna take that hit for too much longer. So you got to do the right thing. You really do, sis. You got to get up here and do the right thing and free your parents from this mess that you put them in. They're like us. They have no idea what was on your mind and why you did what you did. They had no idea that you was going to get up that day and do what you did. It's really sad. And it makes it really hard for everybody what she did. So I don't know how she's gonna end up making out, but she better get her little story right. Get it together, sis, cause it ain't looking too right. It ain't sounding too good. I think they're gonna end up smoking her. And they're not gonna say it now because that's just not the professional thing to do. if the first person needs to know that they're about to go to jail, get smoked, it would be her before us. But don't be surprised if you hear that they're trying to indict her and she serves maybe a couple of years in jail, prison, and then has to get out and be on some sort of probation or parole or something. But yeah, she's not gonna just walk away just like that. It's not gonna happen. It really isn't. So I hope she thought this was well worth it. I don't think that it was, but hey, it is what it is. If you like it, I love it. It wouldn't have been me. I think she took it a step too far. I think what it was is I honestly don't really feel as though she ran with the narrative that she got kidnapped. I think that she was listening to the news reports while she was missing for the 48 hours, and she ran with what she was already hearing the public say happened to her. And she said, "You know what? That's good. This is going to go good with my alibi. This is going to go good with what I'm trying to do right now." And she took it too far, and she's in trouble now. In my opinion, she's in trouble. There's no way I can see them just letting that just go away. It's not going to happen. So, good luck to her. But listen, I'm about to get off. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Y'all got to start hitting them like buttons. Make sure your notification bell's on with the option all. And at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my social media, SL Davis social media news channel, I will be going live. It'll be a marathon, and it will go for 6 hours. So you can click up at the top of this chat. It's pinned there. you can click on the link. It will redirect you to my channel, and you can subscribe and put the notification bell on, so when I go live, you can catch that marathon. It's going to be a recap marathon of the Carlee Russell's storyline. So y'all stay blessed and love y'all, and I'm out. Mwah. Talk to you soon.